Today's topic, what's your normal? Hi, I'm Doug Holt, author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you uplevel what we call the 5 to Thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and of course, your business. This morning, a weekend day, I got up early and actually did a few things in my business. It's something that I enjoy doing. Of course, I journaled and did my morning routine. But then I went to the gym. I went to the gym and took part in an exercise class, one that I've been going to for several months. Now, this was the first time that somebody else actually showed up to the exercise class. Apparently on Saturday mornings, nobody shows. So the funny thing about this is after that, I came home, cooked breakfast, ate with my family, played with my son, and then my wife and I decided to go for a hike. We climbed one of the mountains here in beautiful Bend, Oregon. Now, we did this all in the day and actually ended up at a brewery where I had a beer and a burger and just enjoyed an afternoon. And so when I actually talked to several of my friends, because I posted something about it on social media, I got a flood of messages coming in. Like, I can't believe you did that. Wow, that's so amazing. And it was interesting. I turned to my wife and I thought, geez, everybody's commenting about how amazing this is. They're sending me private messages on Instagram and on Facebook and even LinkedIn. And they're saying, geez, that's just amazing that you took time out this year to do that. And I thought, this year? Wow, this is normal. And I'm not saying this to brag. It just kind of blows my mind to think about that. And so I reached out to one of the people that reached out to me. It's a good friend of mine. Well, we've been friends for over 20 years. And I just said, hey, what do you do on a typical weekend? I'm just curious because, you're saying how amazing my day is. And really, it's just normal for me. And he said, wow, geez, actually I slept in, and then I kind of rolled out of bed and, went on the couch and just kind of went over, checked the news and just sat there a little bit with my kids were running around and doing their thing. And I just kind of just relaxed. And with the word he uses, I just kicked it and just relaxed. And my wife, she was kind of doing her thing. And around noon or so, we kind of got together to get the kids out, took them to a friend's house. And then I came back home and, kind of caught up on a couple shows and kind of just dinked around the house, Doug. And it got me to thinking. It was like, wow, what is your normal? What is my normal, right? And oftentimes when I have these discoveries with clients that I'm working with, or just people that are going out there and talking, that are reaching out to me and telling me what's going on in their lives. I love that. And I started thinking, what is my normal and my 5 to Thrive? And is that okay with me? And so I started looking at it and I journaled. And I'm going to encourage you to do the same, right? Be your own coach. So in the area of your mind, right? For me, in the area of my mind, what is my normal, right? And is that good enough? Is that where I want it to be is the most important. So I wrote down what my normal is for me. And then I decided, that isn't where I want to be. And so I'm going to make a shift. I'm going to make a change. And I actually started right away after I journaled that. And then what about in the area of my body? What is my normal? And is that good enough for me? And ironically, I was like, what? I could be doing more. In fact, I would like to be. Mobility is something I need to work on or would choose to work on. So I wrote that down and took action immediately. And then I said, well, geez, what about in the area of my spirituality? I thought, I'm good there. My normal is actually pretty good for me. Oh, what about relationships? Yeah, I feel like I'm good there too. Yeah, I could use some improvements, but I like my normal in that area. And then what about business? What is my normal? And I thought, I could raise the bar there a little bit more too. And so I'm actually opening up my coaching programs. So I'm opening up for more clients. I typically only take 5 clients for a year in my full year program. I'm sticking to that, but in the other programs we're just launching for my own personal coaching is I'm launching a 6-month and a 90-day program. So what I'm asking you to do is grab your journal. Write out your 5 to Thrive, right? And what I encourage you to do something as I was working with a couple of my clients is another category I work on is wealth. Wealth can be anything it means to you, but for most of us, it means our bank account, right? Our investments, what do we have in the bank? And then write down, what is your normal? What's normal for you? Is it normal for you to work out 1 day a week or 6 days a week? Or are you an Ironman, or are you somebody that's just happy to be able to walk around the block and have time play with your kids? Whatever it is for you is good, right? It's your story. And write that out in your 5 to Thrive. But ask yourself, is your normal what you want? right? Is your normal what's going to get you to the author of your own story lifestyle? And if it's not, make drastic change today, in this moment. Never leave the source or the place of making a decision without making a drastic change, right? That's how we become the authors of our own story and not getting stuck in somebody else's story, right? My normal is going to be different than yours. In fact, a lot of people are going to look at my normal and say, geez, that guy's a slacker. And some people are like, wow, he's just doing too much. Right? But this is my normal and it's up to me. And as long as I'm living in my path, in my lane, I'm going to be happy and fulfilled. And that's what I've discovered over the years. And I want the same for you. So many of you have reached out to me, and I love it. Thank you so much for the messages. And a few I'm backlogged on, and I apologize, but I will get back to you. And you're sharing your journey, right? And we talk about this, and with my coaching clients as well, is make sure it's your journey and not somebody else's, and then go after it. The worst thing in my eyes that can happen is 1 year from today, you're in the exact same place that you're in right now, and you don't want to be, right? If you want to move forward, move forward. And if you're stuck, reach out and I'll help you get unstuck. That's what I do professionally, and I'd be happy to help you. As always, share this with at least 3 people that you know so they can benefit from having this kind of work and being their own coach and make you accountable. And remember, listening to this is just digesting content. Do the work. That's the key here. Do the work, do the work, do the work. And you'll actually thank me and thank yourself, which is more important. That's it for me today. As always, go out and inspire someone simply by being the author of your own story. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.